Real back with another video. Today's topic: why loyalty is an illusion. Now, you may have heard that saying before. You may have heard that it is very important to stay loyal. You may have heard people generally say that, oh, you gotta just stay loyal. It's nothing like a loyal friend, a loyal one. Loyal, 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 loyal. First, I want to give a shout out to all my fellow Pisceans out there, gang. You already know we in the building. Also want to give a shout out to all my 2-2s, my 3-3s, my 2-2-2s, and my 3-3-3s, and my 7-7-7s. And shout out to any other angelical numerical numbers that I may have forgot to mention. Also want to thank everybody for coming out to support the channel. Thank you. And those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget to click that bell notification and be notified of my upcoming videos and content. And we're going to jump right in. Okay, so why illusion is why loyalty is an illusion. Okay, so it's like this, you guys. Why do you think that it's so hard to find a loyal person in the first place? See, we look at loyalty based off of circumstances. We look at loyalty based off of validation. We look at loyalty based off of, how can I say it? Put it like this. It's like a feeling, if that makes sense. It's like a feeling that you get. To determine if someone's loyal, it's all about your comfortability with that person. That's why it's an illusion. And then as soon as you tell them no, as soon as you put any sort of boundary down regarding that friend, whoever it may be, then it's almost like you get to see the real, true self. You get to see the real, true self of that person, to where you realize that they're not as loyal as they come across to be. Now, it's crazy because some people value loyalty. Some people value comfortability. Some people value all different types of values. Okay, so I would say this, that as I began to observe, I don't think anyone's loyal. Like, think about it. If you would have to be pretty selfless to be loyal. It's like, if you show up every day to work, that's considered you committing or staying loyal to the company. But do you really think the boss, do you really think the people that you consider yourself loyal to, do you really think they care? Like, if you was to just like stop showing up on time, or you just decided, you see how fast a person can just change their mind to where you do something wrong or something that they disapprove of, you're not loyal. See? So that's why I say that it's like emotions over logic, because it's all based on how someone feels about you. See? And it also depends on if they could depend on you. So it's like, if you're not always there for someone, then are you loyal? Like, could a person possibly just be that damn selfless to where they just don't focus on themselves to the core, to the point where it's like, I believe in being loyal to yourself, because that's like a reflection of you. But then being loyal to someone else according to those certain standards and expectations, it's not something that a person can actually perfect. See, you can always show up, you could always be the person to fall on when the times get rough, but then logically thinking, it doesn't weigh anything. See, I'll tell you what weighs more than loyalty: scarcity, or scarcity, however you say it. I believe that less is more. Because think about it, the minute you start to disappear, let's say you decide to be more, alone, you want your space, or you create space, all of a sudden do you notice that people oftentimes want to fill the gap because they don't like the silence that you give off, the separation, or you just having a mind of your own. Why are people the most loyal when you pull away from them? But then if you were to just flat out try to be the good guy, you end up getting betrayed. See, that fast, that easy. And you could have been somebody that was putting a lot of effort towards the situation. And that's the problem, because it's all about feeling valued. See, you only give value. Listen, your value goes up when you're not easily, available. When people have easy access to you every day, from the day routines of life, then all of a sudden it's like people don't look at you as being, like they see you as being easy, someone that's easy. You can't make it easy for people. As soon as you make it, you're easily available. And this is what people think, that, when it comes to them thinking they're doing the right thing. And then they realize, oh man, they say to themselves, oh, I've been here, I've been doing all this for you, I've been, showing up every day. And it's like the person still doesn't respect you because you're still explaining yourself. They could tell that you are still looking for approval. See, where they have your approval by you committing and being loyal to them. So you don't get anything out of being loyal. Like, you should never let someone just have that much control or access over you to where you're just putting a lot of effort into something. You must make sure that whatever you decide, make sure it's something that could benefit you. Because think about it. Why would you put so much of your energy and attention on something when you're not even valued? See, you're only valued as you keep coming, as you keep on, like I say, giving supply. So this is why I say, as soon as you get rid of the emotion, then you notice that the energy changes. See, regarding people. And that is like, why can something just be consistent and steady? And it's so crazy is that you may think that it's a particular person that does this. Nope. That's what I say. It's better to be feared than to be loved. See, because as soon as you create that indifference, or you're just having a mind of your own, let's say some people might say they like a particular thing, and then you show indifference to where you dislike what they like. You actually have your own thing in mind that you like. So it's like, it's better to be like that, because what I find is that the more loyal you think you are, the more you begin to get manipulated by others. Because they can see that you're willing to put all this work in to prove something. And then at the same time, you're looking for approval by putting in so much effort and time. See, that's why I say you gotta make sure that it's something that you want out of the deal that benefits you. Now, one thing is when there is a pattern, okay? There's a pattern here. The funny thing is that Pisces, they don't struggle with this loyalty situation. See, because people say Pisces are wishy-washy, fickle, they're not so much on the, predictableness of a situation, in other words. So the problem here is that most of the time when Pisces, let's say a Pisces will realize, like, it's certain things a Pisces pays attention to when meeting new people. It's like we pick up on those energy changes. We pick up on, if we say yes, we watch the behavior. We say no, we watch the behavior. And as you get to know people, you start realizing that everybody wants something. See? And that is to be expected. So some people will never factor in the fact of you being loyal when they actually want things. They have goals and they have things about, them that let's say they have a goal that they want met, and they're basically just trying to get you to, see if you will go for it. That's why I said, like, people go into this whole expecting loyalty situation in an emotional way. So it's like, every time someone explains that, oh man, I have loyal friends and I have, such is so loyal, they're always there for me. But are you also there for, them? It's like, is it, or just one-sided? I feel like loyalty has gotten to a point where it's one-sided. See, it's almost like you're in love with the fact that this person gives you all of them and they do everything for you. But then as soon as they start to focus on themselves and reflect, then you're no longer considering them to be loyal. See, the minute they do something different other than, following your lead or your situation. See, another thing is, to be loyal, it requires a person to be emotionally charged. Okay, because if a person can't feel you or feel where you're coming from, 9 times out of 10, other people are going to check out. They're not going to sit there and go toe to toe with their Now here's the truth. Okay, so everybody can be loyal. The problem is everybody can betray it as well. See, and it's a choice. So nothing happens by you doing something wrong to deserve it. Someone can just decide just immediately that they want to, do you in, betray you, hurt you some type of way. And that's why I said it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter how much you've done, because at that given moment where they have already made their minds up, and then you gotta think you've already given off so much of your time and energy that there's no way you could get, there's nothing that you could do, to the point where that person would just do you bogus, and now you're just out there looking stupid. See, because they got what they wanted. You invested so much of your time that it didn't meet your strategy, so you start realizing that you didn't get nothing out of it, to begin with. So it's like, those type of words like love, loyalty, respect, those are all illusions. See, like, because think about it, everybody has a private life. Everybody has something going on behind their front door, okay? And even if you were loyal, even if you were the most respectful person in the world, you still wouldn't have access to certain things about, concerning others. It's like, just because you're the most, friendly person of the world doesn't mean you have access to someone else's kitchen, their bed, anything that belongs to them. See, and what I'm saying is, like, even if it's that person that you're cool with, you're loyal to. And I'm gonna tell you why it's an illusion. Because you could easily assume that it's gonna last forever. See, you may think that, oh, I've put so much effort, so much time. You might assume that, oh, I'm going to get promoted. Hey, I'm going to be someone that's going to stick here, and literally it only takes one millisecond for that person to change their mind. And then you're just, if that's all that you have lined up, or that was the only situation you were working on, then boom, They're just going to leave you high and dry. So that's why I said, like, it's an illusion, because you have to know for certain that whatever you put it like this, wherever you, how can I say this? So yeah, you have to make sure when you choose a friend, you have to make sure that they are sure, okay? Because listen, there's people that could trick you so quick, so and they do this for leverage. They'll manipulate you, and then as soon as they, you thinking that it's going one way, and it's actually, it could be like I said, it could be traps along the way. There could be little things that you don't notice. So it's always good to never give someone full access to everything, if that makes sense. Because people like to use the word loyalty when they're not even loyal, see? And then it's like, if it's on conditions, it can end at any time. With that being said, what can you do? See, I believe that it's okay to have company. It's okay to have, colleagues, associates, but I never will recommend that you just, take this whole loyalty thing too serious, because no one's loyal, bro. That's what my name Real stands for. Really, everybody ain't loyal, bro. Everybody comes into a situation expecting something. And the minute they don't get their way, the minute something goes left, the minute they can't control you, they're looking at you like the enemy, fam. See, it's like, how can you be someone of a friendship, or how can you be someone that wants loyalty, but the minute someone does something you don't like, oh, they're not loyal anymore. See, so yeah, definitely go. You say you want a friend, look in the mirror. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, people, some things, like, I'll put it like this. I've heard and seen people that they talk about the loyalty, family, all these different dynamics, and then all of a sudden they can't even stick to a workout plan, or they can't even stick to showing up to work, every day or whatnot. It's like, the word loyalty is people tend to, exaggerate it, drag it out. And, loyalty is what you make it. In other words, like, your loyalty can be something that you do every day, and you don't miss a beat, or you don't miss a day. You don't miss any type of time. You stay focused on your craft, to where you might be loyal to watching YouTube every day. You might be loyal to watching the game every day. And it's basically like a membership, see? But loyalty doesn't equal forever, long term. See, loyalty could be something that could be done for a short term. See, it's like a short term of time. Then it's like, oh, the minute you change your mind and you want to do something else, you're no longer focused on the thing that was in front of you, to where it's almost like, well, what were you doing? What made you change your mind? See, because you wasn't fully locked in like you thought you were. Because it's based on how things go. It's based on, the feeling. See, it's based on, if you really feel good while you're doing something that you like, if you put it like this, if you really focus on something, it shouldn't deter you. It shouldn't be a detour to where, you take your eyes off of it just because something new comes along, you meet someone new. It's like, well, if you were doing something and you loved it and it was everything you wanted to do, and you stick to it, now you're actually activating true loyalty, see? Because it requires a commitment, not emotions. Because emotions just means that the person has, they're only doing it for access, see? Because when people bring expectations, because that's the thing, you can't go into a loyalty situation with expectations of how things should go, because that's not being realistic. Like you can't say, oh, Johnny showed up for work every day for a whole month. And then as soon as Johnny can't come to work, oh, he's not reliable. No, that's BS. It's like something where something can literally change in the moment that it whether you have control over it or not. But the illusion is that you think, oh, okay, just because you know someone for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years does not determine if they are loyal to you. Just because you look at them and you know them for so long doesn't determine their loyalty towards you. Because guess what? All that matters is when you're not around them, you don't get to see all the things, the secrecies. You don't get to see what's going on behind your back, see? Because listen, if people sit there and talk about you, it could be on a small scale to a big scale. If people sit there and give an opinion about you when you're not present, mention something that you said to someone else, it could be a joke, a jab, it doesn't matter. You're not loyal, fam. See, if you're going to stick to something, that means you are consistent. That's every single day. See, to where if you were to stay loyal to your craft, let's say you went to the gym every day, or not every single day, but then you would tell yourself, well, I'll go most of the time. It's going to show. See, it's going to show within your physique, your emotions, your body. Is going to really show what you've been working on for quite some time. See, and then shit. She always does this, messes up my whole freaking live when she calls you guys. It's annoying. Freaking live, man. Do you know that's the annoying thing about Leos, bro, is that they don't listen, bro. And then like you tell them to stop calling you, they just keep calling. Like you gonna just answer the phone when I just said I'm gonna call you back, bro. Like it's weird, bro. But yeah, when you that's the thing. Let me see. Go said according to the Merriam-Webster dictionary, loyalty is defined as the quality or state of being loyal, specifically involving unanswered. Oh no, unserving, my fault. Allegiance, faithfulness to a person, cause, or duty. Yeah, definitely. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's definitely a service. It's definitely a duty. It's definitely, you know, something that you have to sit and say, well, hey, I'm gonna take all this time out aside to devote my attention to this particular situation, whether it's a person, marriage, whatever. But if someone is with you and they've been with you for 4 years straight and you're married to them, they're loyal. See, because they could have changed their mind at any time to do something different. See, and that lets you know that it takes time to determine who's loyal. It's not an instant thing. It's not something that happens immediately. And some people think that, like, oh, because I you know, did something for you that was a huge, you know, thing for me, or or put it like this, like, why would you do such a great thing for someone you just met when they haven't done anything to, you know, they haven't done anything for you in such a way? Now, it'd be different if it was a fair exchange, but even then you can't trust it. You can't say that, oh, just because this person did a good deed for me, we're locked in forever. No. See, and some people create the illusion the minute they start to trust the wrong person. See, it's just like you got to make sure there's been quite some time for you to say, oh, well, yeah, such has been loyal. But that goes to a thing. You don't get to make the decision. See, you can't say someone's loyal because the other person that's loyal to you, It's up to them, see? Because if they chose to stick with you for quite some time, then they're loyal. But you don't get to pick and say, oh, yeah, such is loyal, has been loyal to me. Like, no. Like, you gotta let the other person, it's a shift, okay? So it's like a person that basically is going to stick to you determines, see? Because at any time, you could be wrong. You could basically assume that someone, oh, yeah, this person is loyal to me, but then you miss something, see? It's like, oh, well, you may, any little stumbling thing, let's say you're not sure of it, you end up finding out, damn, I guess they wasn't that loyal that the way I thought. So it's not good for a person to decide the loyalty. What determines loyalty, who gets to decide is time. See, the time. And that's what you can't see, because nobody knows how many days, years, months a person has been loyal. See, it's like, think about it. If, let's say you knew your spouse since you were 15 years old, you guys have been together ever since. Well, yeah, for the most part, they've been with you, but it's not a perfect situation to where, oh, they were loyal the whole time. No. See, they could have done things under your nose you didn't even know they did. They could have cheated on you a couple times. So that's why I said it's illusion, because you can't say someone's loyal when they've done something behind your back and you just don't know. See? So if someone was to say, hey, has Tom been loyal to you all this time? Listen, if you can't say, if you don't know, you can't say it. Because then if you say, oh yeah, they've been loyal to me, but little do you know, through secrecy, they cheated on you. Now you're lying and then and you're living in denial. And then on top of that, because this is the thing, you must say that you don't know, because you can't, no one will never be able to say, oh yeah, this person's been loyal to me for some time, if they even say that they're freaking full of it, because you don't get to decide that. See, so that's why I say, and why I'm saying this is because, like, when you get married, for example, it's not gonna be perfect. See, like, you will have arguments, you will have disagreements, there will be indifferences, but you should be able to work out everything. See, which means you will find a solution, you will handle the problem, and still stay together, right? But even then, that marriage is not based on loyalty, it's based on love. See, because think about it, what keeps you guys together when you argue? Love. See, if you really are, like, moved by someone because they pissed you off, how many people will say, you know what, I'm done, but they just married the person? See, and some people will say, oh, it depends on how long they've been together. Not so much. You got people that marry literally 1 year in, 2 years in, 6 months. You have some relationships that last long, they last the longest and they started early, or they basically didn't wait. So it could be short-lived, but we can't depict or determine it, so that's why it's an illusion. That's why I'm gonna tell you, it's a pet peeve for me to hear people say, well, my bro, one of my bros is like my day one homie. Like, he ain't never did me wrong. Never, right? And I'm like, dude, you don't even know if he did you wrong. See, so you can't even say a person has been your dog, your loyal one for quite some time, because you don't have eyes. When you're not around, you don't even know what people are doing. You don't know what people are saying. No one never will. See, So that's why I said, when you get with someone, only thing that determines anything of importance is the fact that you guys are still together. See, it's like, you look at it like a padlock, okay? Everything is good as long as you guys are locked in. See, but soon someone cracks the code to where it's not the spark isn't there anymore. See, whatever breaks the lock, then you guys go your separate ways, because there's nothing holding the marriage together, not even loyalty. See, no, what's crazy? Some people don't even care about loyalty. They care more about the image. They care more about how it looks to other people. See, oh, you and Tony been together for 26 years, but neither one of you like each other. You could literally hate your spouse and still stay, just because you guys got kids together, you guys got businesses together, you guys got so many things that basically keep you guys locked in, that you can't break away from them, because it's literally like those things that you and your partner have together. I'm gonna tell you why you guys can't separate. Because both of you guys are fully focused and have put a lot of time into those particular things, more than what? The relationship. So your relationship is transactional. It's not based off of, oh, we love each other. It's about, oh, she makes 6 figures, it's all about the money. Circumstances of conditions of, oh, well, we can't just, we invested a lot of money into this. See? So neither one wants to break that, because we both have something that we invested. That's why I said, when you get into this whole loyalty thing, is very manipulative. See, it's tied to manipulation, because the people that use it are the manipulators. See, because they know when they say those words, think about it. It strokes your ego. So it's like, if you tell someone, oh, I love the way, oh, I just love the way that I love the way that you clean the office. Let's say you're in the workplace and you really, really are trying to manipulate one of your workers, okay? Then you're like, one of your staff members or whatnot. And then you say to yourself, oh, Johnny, I really like the way you clean the, you spray the walls, and you really do a good job. And then you say, man, I can't do it like you, Johnny. And then all of a sudden, that's manipulative behavior, because you don't really mean what you're saying, but because you know that there's a high chance that the person will buy it. See, they'll buy the false compliment, and then all of a sudden people do it to control other people. So does loyalty. So the people that say, oh, such is loyal, I couldn't see myself having a better friend, those type of words that people say, they want the person that appears to be loyal to hear that. And then it's supposed to make them feel special. Oh, like, yeah, well, yeah, you're my boy. And it's like, bro, that's just you're seeking validation when you do that. You're seeking approval, because you don't need someone to tell you you're a good worker, you're, whatever type of skills you have or what you're good at. And when it comes to loyalty, you don't owe anyone any access to your life whatsoever. But if both of you got something out of it, and you join together, to do some sort of business together, think of it like the padlock, which I mentioned. If it's based off something solid, to where, oh, those things you guys worked on together, what will keep you guys together in the first place? The relationship or the business? Is it, like I say, the business will hold you guys together because that's what it was based on. No one cares about the relationship. No one cares about loyalty. There's people that will be with someone that cheats on them every day, but they won't leave because they're locked in. Because listen, if that person makes a lot of money, they're staying regardless. If that person lets them get away with most of the stuff that they do, they're staying. See, notice everything I said is negative. Anything positive, love, romance, they're not staying for that. Nope. I know, put it like this. When you cannot give people easy access. See, you can't be a type of person that as soon as someone says something, you're so quick to be loyal to them. You're so quick to give this person everything up front. No. You would get betrayed thinking that, oh, I'm being loyal. See? You'll get betrayed thinking that because that's how people control you. When you, how can I say it? That's just like love. Love is an illusion because it's like this. You love someone, but why? When you add the why on there, there's some people that love you just because you look good, you smell good. It ain't got nothing to do with you though. That's the funny part. It's your assets. What do you have? See, it's like, oh, a person could look at a person. A person could observe and say, hey, you're driving a Porsche. And they might not totally just X you out the whole equation because you got a Porsche. They could want to get with you just because they want to ride in it with you. See, because of how it looks. Then it's like they use the words, I love love is just like Valentine's Day. It's all about the charm. See, oh, I'm loyal. Bro, why would you even tell somebody you're loyal? No, you're not. You're not loyal. Nobody's loyal, bro. That, to me, that's a folklore like type of made up type of word. See? And that's the thing, like, because you got to understand, even if you have friends, right? Instead of focus on whether or not they're loyal to you, just look at the time. See, you have to look at the time lapse. Oh, I've been, like you said, Jay Hudson, you've been friends with someone since 8th grade and you guys are still friends. Now, what is the first thing that you think about or feel regarding that friend to determine if they're loyal? See? Because it's like, once you think, you say, well, damn, we've been cool, and you enjoy hanging around this friend, right? So then you base it off the emotion that you say that, oh, this person, because you actually F with them, it ain't really so much about the time, if you really think about it. Because if you F with someone, you just F with them, no matter what. Whether they piss you off, whether you guys argue, whether it doesn't matter. To you, they're loyal. And I'm going to tell you why people say this. It's because they basically base it off of whether this person has done something foul to them. See? So as long as this person hasn't harmed you, haven't, done something to you personally, people will say, oh, this person's loyal. See? But then it's like, do you just feel like it's been safe around this person? See? Because a loyal person is always there. Always willing to do something for you without you asking. Doesn't complain, doesn't, ask for things in return. It's all of that. So it's like I say, you have to look at the whole picture. You can't just look at what's in front of you, because like you have to accept the good with the bad. See, you gotta love. The true love is loving somebody unconditionally, meaning no conditions. You love them whether their feet stink, their breath stink, they have a job, they don't have one, rich or poor, sick or well. It's like no matter what the situation is, you still are going to treat them good. So to me, that's what would determine love and loyalty is based off unconditional. See, there's no conditions involved, none whatsoever. But if you, but okay, put it like this. Why I made this video is because like you can't, once you hear the word, well, I've been loyal to you, and you can't see it, don't believe it, fam. Don't believe it, because you gotta listen. If somebody's been loyal to you, you're gonna have, your memory is gonna see it. Your memory is gonna show you. You'll say to yourself, damn, I can't think of one bogus thing this person did to me. See, but they've been around me for quite some time. But here's the thing, and this is one thing that I hate. Every human being can change their mind in the blink of an eye. See? So let me tell you why I say that loyalty is an illusion, because it's not on the top tier, or put it like this, it's not the only thing that you should be looking for. It should be at the bottom. It should be the last thing you're looking for is somebody that's loyal. See? Because I'm going to tell you what's more important than being loyal. You need to say to yourself, do I trust this person first before anything? Trust comes first before loyalty. I can give it. Hey, for me, it's not important. See? And you can't expect things when you know that it doesn't. If there's very few people out there that are loyal, maybe 5% of the world are loyal. But you got to understand, loyalty is what? It's more of it's predictable. See, it's to the point where, oh, I can see it, but I don't know if it's real. See? Because even if you say, I feel this person did this, did that, it's not based off conditions, bro. Well, they come over every Friday, watch the game with me. That's not loyalty. See? Maybe he or she just want to watch the game with you, but they were going to watch the game with you or without you. See? That's what you have to understand, is that it's not, you're just going by what you see, but you don't understand that it's based off of something that they already want. So it's not loyalty. See, listen, if I put it like this, if I met somebody, what would make me feel that a person has been loyal to me is by me basically having complete control of that person. See, to where if I did something that they didn't want to do, they still did it. See, just because they knew I wanted it. That's what loyalty is. That's why they say ride or die, because listen, if you was with a female and she didn't like to do certain things that you wanted her to do, right? And y'all been together for quite some time, right? Then all of a sudden, it's like, let's say she just didn't like to do, it could be something of intimacy, okay? She didn't like to do a certain position, but she did it anyway just to please you, right? And she did it for years. So loyalty is based off of somebody doing something to please you, to help you. And you see how it goes. The loyalty goes to one side. It goes to one side, right? It goes to the person that's in control. That's what I said. You would pretty much have to be selfless to even be loyal in the first place. because you're really going to be doing something to please someone else, right? Now the shift changes when the person will do something for you in return. That's when the padlock, that's where the padlock comes in. Now the other person is willing to do things for you that they don't want to do. See, that they necessarily might not like, but they do it anyway. Then you guys bring 50-50 energy that equals 1. See, it's like 100. Because now 50% is like, I really don't really want to do what you like, but I'll still do it because that person really F with you. See? So you couldn't determine that had you just been loyal to somebody and they weren't loyal to you, in other words. See, so that's why I say loyalty is a reflection. It's a reflection because, listen, you got to be loyal to yourself first before you could be loyal to someone else. And you can't, see, if you're not loyal to yourself, if you treat yourself bad, how the hell you gonna treat someone else good? You won't even do it for yourself. It's cold-blooded. See? So that's why I say, as you begin to walk this earth, meet people, don't focus on loyalty, bro. Focus on whether or not you can trust the person. See? Build trust. And to build trust is basically, you see a person, they always tend to do the right thing. See? Even when they could have done something else, but they chose to do the right thing. So it's like, yeah, man, you find someone's purse, and put it like this. Let's say no one was there to claim it. What you gonna do? You gonna turn it in, or you gonna keep it, or just certain things how people handle it, and you can't listen. You gotta go by how they handle it. It's like maybe they chose to put, turn it in or something. How they go about doing it, or did they just keep it? See, everything matters, from a person talking to you, speaking to you, telling you about somebody else. We all do this. But how much of the time, you got to watch for the pattern. How often do they do it? But it's just like, I just know that loyalty is almost like, it's abstract. It's like, loyalty is what you make it. People pick and choose who, what, when, where, how they're loyal. It's like, I know some people that are good friends, and then all of a sudden, you don't hear them mention the people anymore, because they either got, maybe they grew apart, but they wasn't really locked in like that. See? And then, what else I was going to say? Because loyalty, if you really look at people that are loyal as well, is that loyalty is a situation where you don't have any choice. See? That's to say, you don't really get to decide. You don't even get to decide whether or not you are going to be loyal to something. See, until you've been doing it every day, until you've been conditioned to be loyal. See, it's almost like you almost have to, your brain, you go through a mind altering of your brain changes into I have to do this, survival. We look at the military, like people that go to the military. They sign up for the military, they go through boot camp, and then all of a sudden, they might start to say to themselves, am I really ready for this? See that? Because they see all of these different challenges, they see so much going on. It's not what they thought. People do the same thing in relationships. People do the same thing in friendships. Oh man, is this really what I signed up for? I didn't know it was going to be all these people, and then, your family and all these little situations, your grandkids coming over every day. We see how the loyalty can get shaky to where that person is already in a state of doubt. They're already trying to find a plan B. They're already trying to run from the situation. So I'm gonna tell you another thing. Have you ever been married to someone or in a relationship, and then all of a sudden you guys were married, let's say you guys got into a argument or something happened between the two of you, you divorced them, and then all of a sudden they want to renew the vows. But when it's time to renew the vows and you guys are going to get your surnames and getting ready, getting the dress, whoop-de-woo. Soon as you get up to the guy, the little Paul Bunyan guy, whatever, you're like, yo, do you text us to be, going through this situation again? And then all of a sudden, she denies the last minute and says, you know what, I'm gonna wait. Could you imagine this coming from someone that you was with for so long, and they're saying that they basically agreed to disagree. They basically said, yo, yeah, let's renew our vows. And then when it's time to go before Paul Bunyan, they just change their mind right on the dot. Boom. You know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until I get my, finances up and whoop-de-woo. Then I get back to you. The moral of the story, why I'm saying this, is that people pick and choose who, what, when, where, how they're going to be loyal to. See? And when. So it's almost like when what? When it works, when it's in their best interest. See, when they're actually going to be the one getting something out of it. It didn't matter how long y'all was together. That's why I'm trying to say is a lot of people don't give a damn about what the relationship consists of, or hey, whether or not you like talking to them on a day-to-day. They put it like this. They base their happiness based off of what are they getting out of it. So that's why I say, like, man, it's the world is like soup just backwards. Okay. Now, another thing. Okay. Let me see here. Put the wrong thing in there. All right. So okay. So and I'm like, this is why I say it. What I'm saying is it can seem like an illusion. That's the better way to word it, okay? Because put it like this. As I mentioned, people prioritize what? Their self-interest first. And that's where it starts to feel like you're compromising to that person, because you might do things differently than the person you're with. See? Another thing is remember I said survival instincts. They could just be doing like the military situation. Oh, you're just doing it because this is what you have to do. So that could override morals, whatever the situation may be. So it's almost like you could get brainwashed into committing, finishing, joining. So all these factors. And this is what a person has to deal with to go into a situation, which means they're not even thinking about being loyal. See, at that moment. Why? Because their emotions change quickly. It's aggravating when you're a person that is certain. Maybe you're the type of person that you don't wait on the fence. You're sure of what you say. You're sure of what you do. And could you imagine dealing with somebody that can't make their mind up? They tell you yes, and then they sleep on it, wake up the next day. No, I think I'm going to wait. See? And a person that starts off like that usually ends up being what? Not faithful, not loyal. See? Because they're going to go off whoever is strongly influencing them. See? Because listen, if a man is If a man has a strong influence on a woman, hell, even her sisters, her friends can't override what he says because of the stability, see, in his decision. It's almost like a person capturing a person, in other words, where this person flocks to you. It's like they had no choice, see, because you basically took them under your wing and you started to lead. But then think about Judas. Judas Iscariot, okay? All the disciples following Jesus, and then just because they was with Jesus, even though they're following Jesus, they all have what? A mind of their own. And at any time they could just change their mind and say, you know what, I'm going my separate way. Or hey, I'm going to actually, they could have just been done. But Judas, he followed them all the way. He had been there from the time of day. Followed them all the way up to there. Followed them all the way up to that point is what I'm trying to say. Just to betray him. See, right at that last moment. Could you imagine the time? Okay, if you look at the time lapse, a person been with you since you were younger, like Jay Hudson said, 8th grade. But then they wait all the way until basically like the point where it actually pays off. Like they may win $1 million and then they decide not to give you any because betrayal can just happen in the blink of an eye. But listen, it's 50-50. A betrayal can happen at any time, boom, to where the loyalty is like it never existed because you assume they were loyal. But this is why I say you can't focus on loyalty because nobody's loyal, bro. Everybody does things because they have a interest. And what would give you the other 50% is if you have the same interest. See? People only say the people that are loyal to them are the ones that do the same damn thing they do. See? If you put it like this, I know the way I'm explaining is kind of like, probably confusing to some, but it's just because that's just the way I talk. But anyway, the problem is I'm trying to say it the best way I can, you guys. So it's like, only time you guys gonna be locked in is if you guys want the same thing. But as soon as you want something and that person doesn't, then it becomes a tug of war. See? Then the dominance, the stability, the one that basically has what? The leadership takes over and makes the decision for them. See? So you could be in a relationship where your spouse is telling you what to do most of the time. And you're not giving any lip. You're not giving any pushback. You don't want to end it, see? Because it's something that you want. You might not want to work. And you're with someone that's going to pay for everything. See? So you stay with this person even though they're butt ugly. They stink half the time. But because you're getting something out of it and that person is getting something out of it, you guys are locked in, see? And both of you don't see yourselves splitting up anytime soon because that person doesn't want to work. And that other person doesn't want to lose out on the cheeks. So then they end up getting together based off of that alone. And neither one of them are loyal to each other because, put it like this, they already have made their minds up that, oh, if I have to work, I'm done. That's a deal breaker. And then for the other person, if the cheek clapping stops, I'm done. So no one's loyal. Just the relationship is just like the cherry getting put on the top of a sundae. And once you get a turtle sundae, any type of sundae whatsoever, right? How many people eat the cherry first? Because that don't mean nothing. Like, You look at the Sunday, it looks good when you see it, advertised. And once you buy one, you have it. It looks so good. You don't know where to start, right? But something about the cherry on top, you end up eating that first because you're quick to get through the whole of what it looks like. It's like, think of something that's beautiful. A lot of people will take off the first thing that makes it beautiful. The first thing that makes the whole loyalty situation look nice, which shows they don't really give a damn about it. See? Think of it like this. Think of an illusion like a gift. See? You go buy some fancy dancy bowls, the little name card thingamajigs, and some fascinating gift wrap paper, right? And then you go to the dollar store and you buy a little squirt gun that was like 99 cents. You wrap up a couple other items all in this one beautiful wrap gift, right? And a gift is an illusion because you don't know what the gift is. So you can get very emotional at any time opening that gift because you don't know what that person gave you. And then it looks so fascinating that you think that the fascination determines the gift or how good the gift is, but that doesn't mean anything. And how many people buy wrapping paper just to rip it up? To me, it's like you buy this, like, put it like this. Think of it like you doing something that absolutely has no meaning. That's why they say it's not about the gift, it's the thought that count. That's the same thing that applies to you being with someone. Hey man, it's the thought and the experience. Oh, yeah, me and her, yeah, we used to talk. Yeah, man, I remember them days. Yeah, right? And that's it. It don't mean nothing else. That's all it means is a thought. Yeah, I was with Cindy for 14 years. Yeah, but we grew apart. End of story. Yeah, we went out, did some, went on a couple vacations together, went to Canada. Yeah, but if he wasn't happy with that woman, he ain't gonna be sitting there wanting to talk about that any longer. See? That's how people are. They only would cherish the moment. They don't give a damn about the loyalty, especially if it didn't serve them. See? Because otherwise you would have stayed with them. Well, why would you end such a good moment? Obviously, it was something you wanted that you didn't get from the person, and it ended it. See? Because it was never based off of what? Loyalty in the first place. That's why I say people got to be very careful playing with that word, because you can misuse it so easily. Assume something just because a person is with you all the time doesn't mean they're loyal. They can instantly change their mind and literally betray you. But here's another thing. Everybody has different attachment styles. See? So you got to know the different attachment styles, because remember I said people confuse comfort with loyalty. See? So as long as they're comfortable, they think that, oh, this is the one and this is someone that really cares about me, and yeah, we've been together, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Bro, it doesn't matter. Just because you're comfortable, it can still change. You know what's even worse? You can be married to someone and they still cheat on you. It could be 6 months in, boom, they cheat. You don't find out about it until 15 years later. See? So it's like, if that's easily done, then why do people focus so much on it? But it's like 5% of the world are loyal. So my whole point here is that don't focus on loyalty. You get with someone for the moment, for the thought. Just like if you was to go get someone a card and write some type of gesture in the card and give it to a person. It wasn't even about the gift. The person thought you were giving them a gift, but what you were doing when you bought the gift was the thought that count. So you thought about the person, and that's why you bought them something. But it's so crazy how a person on the receiving end can assume that it was more than what it was. See? So that's why they think the gift is supposed to be more as well. See? So they're like, yo, where's my gift? It's my birthday. Well, I got a card for you. Oh, you got some people get pissed. A card? Their whole emotion change. Oh, just a card? Oh, well, yeah, because I was thinking about you. Well, I was hoping to get like PlayStation 5 or something. PlayStation 5? Well, I thought about you. I got you a card. Well, you could keep that because I don't really care about no card. You can just take that with you. See how people they don't care about the whole relationship. No. See, what can I get out of the situation? That determines my loyalty to you. See? Oh, if you buy that PlayStation 5, it doesn't guarantee faithfulness, but it will buy you some time, if that makes sense. Because, oh, that person now is what? Comfortable. And they think they're doing you a favor. See? That's what you got to be careful with. Another thing is fear makes people switch sides. See? If a person, let's say you lose a job, and the person thinks that their comfortability is basically at bay. Not at bay, but they feel like it's going to be challenged in some way. Then all of a sudden, they switch sides. They divorce you for someone else because now you lost that job. They got scared because, they thought it was going to threaten their comfortability. Then boom. See? Another thing, validation. Validation matters more than commitment. A person cares more about validation than being with you. Those compliments, you look good, If it's a woman telling a man he looks handsome, some people live for the moment. Not for the long game, not for the long haul. Another thing, people avoid the conflict instead of people avoid the conflict instead of staying loyal. See? And that's the thing. See, that's what I say. People put the loyalty on the back burner. Another thing is people adapt to whoever benefits them the most. See? And this is bad because if they'll stay loyal to somebody that's giving them what they want. For those of you that challenge me on this, I got one for you, okay? Got an example for you. Let's say you have Cindy, right? She's overweight. Let's say she could barely walk. She's at like 500 pounds, right? And she'll buy Lamar anything he wants. He wanted a new car. She bought him a SRT, Hellcat, whatever, right? He wanted a gaming PC. She went out and bought him that. Boom. Everything that Lamar wants, Lamar gets, right? But she's 500 pounds. She could barely walk. She's not attractive at all, right? Then you got Keisha, right? Keisha looks beauty queen, fine as, got a beautiful body, but she's hella attractive, but she won't buy Lamar the PC, the SRT, the things that he wants. Who do you think he's gonna choose? Who do you think Lamar is gonna choose? Who will he stay faithful to? And guess who it is? He'll stay faithful to the 500-pound Cindy. Believe it or not. because it's all about what she's buying. She's buying him, that she's doing something for him that he knows, oh, I don't get this type of treatment from Keisha. Oh, he'll marry, man, listen, he'll marry the 500-pounder. Don't give a damn on how she look, where she from, what she got going on. She could cheat every day. She could do whatever she want as long as he's still benefiting. He ain't leaving no time soon. In his mind, we locked in. The problem with the loyalty, it has to be both ways, you guys. It can't be one-sided. Because if it's one-sided and you're the one that's giving it all, you're going to get used. Every time, you're going to get used. That's why I said it's an illusion, because it pulls you to the person, because you think that just because they're with you for so long, you assume that, oh, this is real. Oh, this person's so loyal. This person's so faithful. No, they're only with you because of what they're getting from you. As soon as you stop giving them what they want, you will be replaced. Just like the jobs do you, just like that. See, so people adapt to whoever benefits them the most. Also, in relationships too, is that attraction fades. See, you don't stay the same as the person met you. You grow, you get, your hair like mine, as mine's blown out. I got bald spots in my head. So like, you lose your hair, you're not gonna stay how you did, you're not gonna stay how you look when you were 20 years old. So once the attraction fades, we'll see who's loyal. We'll see who's really loyal after your attraction fades. New options create doubt. A person that has many options going on, this is why they're not sure of making a decision with you. See, because a lot of people got to understand, somebody that gets a lot of attention on a day-to-day. They got plenty guys trying to talk to them on a day-to-day. They ain't gonna be loyal unless they really unless they value the attention, the validation over the relationship. See, a person that just wants validation, they feel like, I don't have to sign up and be married to one person when I'm getting attention from 10. See? So that's where they're going to stay loyal to what they want, not the person. That's why I said it's an illusion, you guys, because people assume that, oh, no. Now, another thing is, like I say, people chase excitement over stability. Listen, you could be broke, okay? Not have a job, not have nothing going on. But if you got parties going on at your crib every Friday, and you got the honeys over, you ain't even working, fam. But the woman get with you because hey, every time she get with you, she have a excited time with you. You know what I'm saying? You might make her laugh, you might, all these things. But she stay loyal to you, not because of how you look. Not because because your job situation. No. She stay loyal to you because how you make her feel. It's cold-blooded. See? Another thing is that emotional cheating, it happens when what? Emotional cheating, it happens when, put it like this. I'm gonna say it one more time because I lost my trail of thought. But okay, listen, when it comes to emotional cheating, it happens before that person physically cheats. Never forget this. So you wonder why the girl that you're talking to, she's still seeking other men or other male attention while she's with you. See? You would say to yourself, well, damn, don't I provide enough? You see how That alone creates the mindset into what? The state of doubt. You start to question yourself because the person is getting it elsewhere emotionally. So how can you say, oh, well, Pisces are so emotional? But remember I said they're the first ones to smash your chick or take your girl. Because listen, a woman will, sometimes some women don't know what they want, okay, until it's gone. But when they get into the emotions, they're going to start to what? Seek attention elsewhere. And as soon as they find a bond or they join someone that really hears them out on their emotional level, their vibe, they're going to cheat physically every single time. She's not cheating because you did something wrong. This is cold. Listen, bro, this is like literally cold-blooded. You think it's you. No. See, a person that mostly feels something, they might feel as though they're broke. They might feel like, oh, it's not excited. You're never home. It's all these little feelings going on that if someone is sitting there that she doesn't know, that's just because they're there listening to her vent about this ain't right. I don't feel this. All these emotional mood swings. If you consistently see, or this girl gets with this dude, this guy, she spent a whole lot of time with this person. Every time you call her, oh, I'm over here at Ray Ray's house. Oh, we ain't doing nothing. We just talking. Bro, do not trust that, bro. Because guess what? Ray Ray's gonna screw your girl. It is gonna happen, bro. Because listen, you gotta understand, emotions are powerful, man. That's why I said you can literally, you don't have it. Listen, you don't even have to be rich to do this. You just have to master your emotions and know how emotions work. See? Now, people will stay loyal to you only when it's easy. It's cold-blooded. Do you think a person stay loyal to you when things are all difficult? Even regarding what? Expectations? Nope. Do people even stay at a job that's difficult? Nope. Everybody wants everything easy. Easy access. Lamar gets the PC, he drives her AMG, fancy dance, all her little toys. If he has easy access to her assets, oh, he gonna stay loyal. Oh, hell, he gonna stay loyal. He get to drive around in her Mercedes. He get the, every little toy she got. He's gonna stay loyal. Not to her, but to what? See? To what is easy accessible to him. Whatever he has access to freely, without any type of what? Boundary, restrictions. He stays loyal because of that. Not because of you. See? So that's why I said you have to know, you have to find out what a person really wants before you even get with them. Before you trust, you will begin to know how to trust them based off of what they tell you, what regarding what they want. Now here, lack of discipline, what does it lead to? This for the people that don't even know what loyalty really means. Lack of discipline leads to betrayal. See, because you got to know what are you being loyal to? Why? What's in it for you? Now, another thing, you want to know what keeps giving your woman or man options in the first place? Why they can't decide with you? I'm going to tell you why. Social media creates what? Endless options. She could get attention. See, you got to understand, energy is energy is attention. if she wants validation, this is what I just told you. A woman or a man, they will actually want validation over the relationship. See, so to some women, that actually is worth more. See, they only stay loyal to what they value. Now, people lie to avoid hurting others. People lie to avoid hurting others. See, she checks out emotionally before physically. That's why she will what? She would cheat emotionally before physically. Now, understand this is why I said the loyalty is seems like an illusion, right? It's because, listen, you want to know something that's very, very like strange at the same time is weird, and it's like you wouldn't even believe it, okay, until you see it. Now, feelings aren't permanent. Nope. Because listen, I could feel like shit today, right? And then in less than 15 minutes later, I could feel good again or well again. And then 15 minutes later, I could feel sick. And then in 15 minutes later, I could feel something totally different. So feelings aren't permanent. So why would a person cheat? Why wouldn't a person stay loyal? See, until it serves them. Until they till that person getting everything they want. So listen, some people you cannot please, bro. So why do people do it all the time? Some people can still have the riches, the glamours, and they can still be unhappy. That's why I said feelings aren't permanent, okay? Because the feelings is almost like the feelings aren't real. The emotions are, but not the feelings. Now, in friendships, friends disappear during what? Hard times. See? And everything I'm telling you guys is facts. Do you notice that the friends disappear? As soon as things get rough, as soon as you start struggling, boom, they're gone. See? And another thing is that jealousy, it breaks bonds. As soon as you have someone or you're with someone that gets jealous, they start trying to destroy your friendships. They try to destroy the people that you actually are cool with because they're jealous. So always remember, if a person is jealous, even on a smaller scale, they're not going to stay loyal to you. Nope. See, competition replaces support. That's another thing. So see how all these little things, it's so many different things that people not even fully aware of. Another thing that depicts if a person is not loyal to you is that they gossip behind your back. Loyalty depends on convenience. People outgrow each other. That can mess up the whole loyalty situation. When secrets get exposed, when emotions change, people choose what? Popularity over loyalty. See, it's all about motion. It's all about what you got going on that benefits them. See? How can that person shine in your situation? See? Now, the energy shifts as well and behavior shifts. These can cause a person to be not loyal. Some friendships, like I said, are transactional. So you just might think it's you might think because it's you might think that she got with you because you're handsome. Nope. Don't have nothing to do with that. See? You gotta stop thinking that it has something to do with you. Now, when it comes to money and power, here's another thing. See, money changes priorities. So, pretty much it's like, you got to be careful with that because as soon as if the money is too low, It could change the whole loyalty of the situation. If it's too high, then a person can start, just spending too much money. People switch up for financial gain. Yep. Somebody's, talking about a higher number. A person can, switch up because of that. Now, this is something powerful, okay? Now, the powerful thing that people don't get about loyalty being an illusion is, here's the problem. Loyalty is bought. See, loyalty is bought. Think about it. Back in the day, I can't get too too real about it as policies or whatnot. But put it like this: back in the day, when people were chained up, if we'll say it that way, they were basically captured. Okay, so the only person that would be loyal is someone that is chained. See, that can't speak for themselves, can't do it themselves. The prisoner is loyal to what? See, if a prisoner gets locked up, they're under control. By who? Not themselves. Listen, they can't eat when they want to. They can't do nothing. They don't get to decide. They don't get to decide anything. They have to do what they're told. Boom. Or there's consequences. So the prisoner must stay loyal to the rules. See? Or else. So what am I saying? Those rules could be boundaries. See, when you start to put your foot down and say, oh, I'm not going to tolerate this. You do it again, then we're done. Until you start putting your foot down, that's how you condition someone in order to stay loyal. See? Because at any moment, if you don't, they're going to think it's okay to go and do X, Y, Z. Another thing is, like I said, loyalty is bought, not earned, okay? Not earned. You do not earn loyalty. You can't. It doesn't exist. It's not realistic thinking. Get it out of your head. You cannot earn loyalty. No job gives a damn about you. No matter how much effort, no matter how much you put into it, it doesn't matter. You can be fired at will at any given time. See? Another thing, success attracts fake support. So some people that are already successful, you wonder why you don't get any support from your spouse. Because she doesn't care about that. See? Another thing is, people respect status more than character. A person only care about what you got going on. The glow up, the hustle. They don't care about you. They care about where you're going, what you're doing, what do you have to offer, right? But here's another thing. Power exposes the intentions of others. The only way you can get true power is through indifference. See? True power, because when you remove access from, to your energy, take your attention away from the wrong people, when nobody can touch you, could just get up on you and just get you to do something easily. When you don't make it easy for others, that's when you hone in on the power. Now, another thing, opportunities override relationships. So you got to know that a person will not get into a relationship if they have opportunities elsewhere. See? Now, greed, it outweighs principles, and people align with advantages. So people are more inclined to be loyal when they have the advantage over something. See? Now, when it comes to, social behavior, people wear masks. That's what another thing. People do not, man, listen. people wear masks, so stop thinking that everybody that you see is nice. Nope. Some people, listen, you will never know what someone truly wants until what? You tell them no. See, you have to, listen, you got to see where someone's head is, you have to test them. You can't just go along with what they got going on. Nope. But so many people do, you know? Now, another thing is, let me see something. Another thing is, most people avoid standing alone. See, that's why I said they would rather be in a situation where, you know, they put it like this. They would rather be in a situation, even if they hate it, than to be alone. People mirror their environments. Trends influence behavior. People fear being judged. These are all reasons why people are not loyal, fam. Like, people evolve. People probably feel like, oh, they've outgrown the situation. The value shift over time. What mattered before doesn't matter what later. Growth, it creates distance. They just have new experiences before what? I mean, the new experience that they have basically encountered reshape priorities. See, now a harsh reality to remember is that people stay until they don't need you anymore. So that's another thing. And see, when this happens, you just have to accept it. Don't react to it. See, a person say, oh, I don't want to, you know, this is not working anymore, or hey, I'm reconsidering. Just, okay, cool, boom, and walk away. Don't give nobody no reaction. You know, when it's when you see them behave like this. Loyalty is tested, not promised. That's the whole key. When someone, the whole loyalty thing, you have to simply test somebody to find out whether or not they're loyal. But just like tomorrow's not promised, so is loyalty's not promised. Even from Monday through Friday. See? Because words, they don't equal actions. A person could say, oh, I'm faithful on, you know, as far as them telling you, but that doesn't mean that that's what they're going to do. See? Another thing why I said trust goes on the top of the list, because trust is fragile. It can, listen, I tell people this. You think respect is something? Wait till you meet somebody that doesn't trust nothing. See? I feel like trust is way, man, listen, people have lost their lives trusting the wrong people. And they've been done it in the worst ways. Time reveals everything. People betray for less than you think. Do you see, people think that people, okay, put it like this. People think when somebody cheats or breaks loyalty, some may assume that, oh, you must have got a better situation, or you had a better situation at hand. Not necessarily. A person can cheat over something small, just something of so much insignificance that it's like, dude, what the hell were you thinking? See, for instance, you could literally have a wife at home, kids, right? Go to Walgreens, and then all of a sudden it could be a lady behind you that's asking you to take her, you know, give her, you know, asking if you would give her a ride home, right? Okay. So you agree and you say, okay, you know, I'll take you home. Then you get over her house. And then you notice that she invites you to come on in. You go along with it, even though you know you're married, and you just can't shake the temptation, right? You end up screwing the lady. Now, you realize you've committed adultery, you've cheated, and it's like, bro, why did you had a wife at home, why did you settle for that temporary situation? I don't know, man. She kind of smelled like that perfume that I bought my wife. Viva La Juicy or that. And it's like, yo, man, what are you doing? See, another thing is, so I always think that it could be something small why a person would cheat on you. It could be something stupid. Now, loyalty is rare as we know it, not common. That's what says, oh my God, that's why I said 5% do it. 5% is faithful or loyal. Now, another thing is convenience, it beats commitment. So as long as it's the most convenient thing to do, that will determine someone's commitment to the situation. And people justify their betrayals. See, they might say, oh, well, I had to. Well, yeah, I had to go out because I wasn't getting enough air. The stupid stuff, right? Now, another thing is you have expectations versus reality. So people expect loyalty but don't give it. That's why I said it's oftentimes one-sided. People define loyalty differently. Everybody has their own version and meaning of loyalty. Now, unrealistic expectations lead to what? Disappointment. That's why you can't make deals with the devil, man. Like I tell people all the time that if you agree to something unrealistic, you're gonna be, man, listen, you're gonna be taken for a ride. You're gonna be taken advantage of. See? Because you're agreeing to things that are not real. Now, another thing is blind trust leads to betrayal. That's why you have to know whether or not you trust what's in front of you, not to decide later when something happens. Okay, Palace A, welcome. She said, if a person isn't gonna be loyal to me, at least respect me. That's all I'm asking. Yeah, that's the thing, but like, you gotta, it's okay, so put it like this, it's different, okay? Like, I agree with you, but it's like the world, put it like this, how the world handles respect is that it's all on what you've done, see? So usually the person that is benefiting from you will respect you, see? Because you looked out for them. But they won't openly just be that way, see? It's only in which what you have done for them. Because people will protect convenience. Like I know some people that would defend the hell out of somebody that's wrong. Just because, oh, that person put them up. That person is their ride to work every day. You see, like little stupid stuff like that will depict a person for staying loyal to that same to that person because, oh, they're getting something from the person. But the minute that stops, guess what? They're gonna throw you under the bus. Now, another thing, let me tell you guys. Now, this is the sauce right here. What about loyalty creates the illusion? I'm gonna tell you what it is. Remember what I said, Tim and his construction crew, that example. I love to use it. They kept digging because somebody told them that it was gold at the end, right? But ask yourself one thing. Did somebody really tell him, or is that just something that he wanted? See how a person, when they want something, they go after it. They go for it. And not for 1 second do they think and say to themselves, wait a minute, is this an illusion? Am I really seeing what I'm seeing right now? Because the illusion, it pulls you in. See? When you're blinded by your own expectations. So no matter what you're looking at, no matter what you focused on, it's not going to, listen, whatever you focus on, what blinds you is your own expectation. Because you're looking outside of the person. You're not even looking at the person. Because that's what I said. You being loyal has nothing to do with what's in front of you. or who's in front of you. People stay loyal to their own expectation. See, they just take advantage of you for it. See, so they look at the outer of, see, that's how you know it's an illusion. It's a pattern. They look at the outerness of the situation, not you right in front of them. See, so that's why I said expectations create illusions. It's cold-blooded. It happens in everyday, day-to-day situations. Soon as you talk to someone, they're expecting something. You notice how what you have to offer is off the table. Now they're sitting there trying to suggest to you, well, yeah, I mean, I do need a ride, but like I was really expecting that you would take me to McDonald's too. And you like, nah, bro, I'm not doing that McDonald's ride. Well, I suggest you go look elsewhere. See, because you gotta anytime, listen, the expectation is for you to what? In the cycle. Because why? It's something you don't want to do. And then that shatters the illusion of this person thinking that you were going to be somebody that they could use, because they had an expectation of how things should go. People only stay because they're benefiting. Man, that's why I said, bro, it's not even real. You think the person likes you because they're with, hey, such and such, can you give me a ride today? Oh, sure. Then this person, their defenses are down, because now they're like, oh, why would I hurt the person that I want to ride from? But the minute you tell them no, shit gets real. And now this person just unloads on you, because they were never loyal to you to begin with. It was all about the expectation. It was all about the illusion. See? Now, another thing is that the emotional triggers here, hurt people. When someone's hurt, then they want to hurt someone else. See? Somebody didn't get something they wanted, they're gonna hurt you. See? Now, anger, it causes impulsive betrayals. Soon as someone is pissed off, they're bound to hurt someone. They're bound to betray someone ASAP because they're mad. See how the mind works? So quick in a hurry. Your mind is separate from your eyes, separate from your mouth. So as soon as you start to get mad, and then you start losing focus, you start just taking it out on anybody, right? So you just start tearing up everything when you're angry. Now, the ego overrides loyalty. You can't even be loyal because you and your ego. A lot of people that have egos, huge egos, have zero friends, because it's their way or what? The highway. So you basically being inflexible requires what? You to be alone. If all you see is yourself, all you want is what you want, then be by yourself then. Go be by yourself to have the things that you want. Listen, if you don't want anybody else around, you don't want to listen to no one else, you don't want to follow be by yourself. But that's what the ego does. The ego overrides loyalty. Now, pride blocks accountability. So a person that cheats on you, do you think they're going to tell you, oh, I cheated on you? Nope. No accountability. Nope. Because of pride. Oh, I didn't do anything. They don't see, they're telling themselves that, but they really are lying to themselves. But because of their pride, the pride would not let a person take account. Another thing is resentment. It builds up silently, like a ticking time bomb. So a person can really, really just like resent you, but still be with you. It's cold-blooded. Another thing, emotional disconnection leads to detachment. So a person that is not getting any type of, if they're not able to feed off your emotions, emotionally, they're not going to stick around. Nope. Because everybody got that friend, especially females, they got that friend, and yeah, males too. They have that one friend that listens to all their bull crap. They vent to every day, and you wonder why they always together. See? Now, another thing is revenge destroys loyalty. Miscommunication breaks bonds. So as soon as you misunderstand something that's going on between the two of you, friends, next thing you know, people don't want to be friends anymore. See? Because everybody wants to be understood. Now, another thing is assumptions create distance. You cannot assume, listen, until you see it, you can't assume. You don't know. See, that's why I said you can't assume somebody's loyal. You can't assume someone's cheating on you. You can't assume that someone is a certain way until you see it. See? Now, here's the truth that most people avoid. Loyalty requires discipline, not feelings. It's cold-blooded. I'm going to tell you why. See, the military, the people that signed up for it, they have to become disciplined in order to stay. So it's already designed to what? Create discipline within the people that signed up for the military, right? So it doesn't require any feelings. Why though? Because the minute you feel something, you change what? You change your mind and you do something else. See, if you discipline is what keeps you loyal. Discipline is saying, you know what? I'm focusing on this in front of me, and I'm gonna do what I have to do to survive. You start looking at a situation as steps, requirements, not conditions. But as soon as you start applying feelings, that's the proof that it shows what you're in it for. Now, most people don't have strong principles that they follow anyway, which determines whether or not they're loyal. Most times they're not going to be loyal when they don't have strong principles. That's why I said you either live for something or you fall for anything. Now, loyalty is tested under pressure. See, people will test you. They lose a job. Are you still going to be there? Oh, I don't really know because, bills are due. But hey, if you know you guys are going to get past it, then hey, why would you leave, right? Okay, so many people fail the test, believe it or not. Once pressure busts pipes, people stay loyal to what benefits them. Loyalty without boundaries, it leads to disrespect. See, you have to have boundaries, and I understand you might think you're rocking the boat when doing so, but you're not. See, you have to let a person know that I'm not your prisoner. If I don't like something, I'm gonna speak it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna stand up for myself. I'm gonna have backbone, you see? And that could be anything from, you don't like the way someone talks to you. Say that. Hey, don't talk to me like that. Establish the boundaries. Say, hey, if you do it again, then you can't get this from me. Have those rules. Because that is the secret way to get respect when you stand up for yourself. See? Now, another thing is trust given too fast gets broken. You're never supposed to trust someone too early, too quick. You see, as soon as you do so, guess what? It's going to get broken every single time. Trust is something that you put it like this. You only got 2 turns, maybe 1 turn, right? 1 turn. It's like, yo, I only give these out to certain people. But I don't just hand these bad boys out like chocolate chip cookies. I don't just hand these out to anybody just because, oh, I'm not, because it shows, I'm going to tell you why. When you trust easy, it shows desperation. See, it shows it shows weakness. And it shows weakness on a high scale. Now, another thing is loyalty must be observed. You can't go off of anything what, you know, on paper or any other way except what you have to observe. You cannot assume loyalty of any kind, of anything. And real loyalty is rare but real, okay, when it happens. Now, the illusion isn't loyalty, it's who you expected it from, okay? It's who you expected it from. Now, like I say, and I just want to say this as a disclaimer, is that loyalty, it isn't fake. That's not what I'm saying. It's just misunderstood and overestimated, okay? So like some people just don't know how to use it correctly. Well, you said, wait, Norma Jaquez said they try to block what do you mean by that? But yeah, now I will say that okay, so now I'm gonna tell you guys with each zodiac sign, really quick, as bonus content, is that when you are a Pisces, every sign comes with loyalty illusions. See, like Pisces versus Aries, for example. Aries is loyal in the moment, not always long term though. See, why? Because they act on impulse and they can switch their energy fast, which means they can change their mind quickly. Now, when Aries does this, they're not operating out of their emotion because in their mind, they feel I've moved on from the situation that quick. See, now, when it's Pisces and Taurus, Taurus is loyal but possessive and stubborn. See, they're only going to want to stick around for something that they have control of. Now, if they're hurt, then they end up shutting down completely. That's where you see the stubborn pride, leak out. But Pisces feels abandoned emotionally, and Taurus thinks silence is loyalty. So don't get it twisted with that. Don't confuse it. Now, Pisces and Gemini is loyal to stimulation. So if you have, many conversations with them, they might stay loyal just to that because you guys talk often, but not consistency. See, because they're not consistent. Nope. They like to talk to everyone. And then Pisces reads Gemini talking to everyone as disloyalty. It's cold-blooded. Because they play, listen, they don't look at each person separate. Like Geminis, they like to have access to everything. Why? Because of information. This is why they'll still tolerate and still talk to someone that they absolutely hate. Just because they want to have access still. They still want to have access to people that they dislike for information, if that makes sense. Now, Gemini sees nothing wrong with this. So this causes Pisces to feel played. Because listen, like you until you see a Gemini do this, you would be very surprised. They can literally talk to one of your enemies every day. And they know you don't like the person, but they'll still talk to the person in front of you like they don't know you or something. So a Pisces definitely can feel played, and trust can actually be something that will never be given away ever again once it's broken between the two. Now, Pisces and Cancer, well, here there's a deep bond, but it's mood-based loyalty. See, it's all about how you make the Cancer feel. So Cancer withdraws when they're hurt. Pisces feels emotional distancing, and that ends up turning into a betrayal. So both Cancer and Pisces can be loyal, but they they have so many different sensitive triggers. See, now when it comes to Pisces and Leo, Leo is loyal if you validate them. See, which means you have to constantly, you know, tell them things like, oh, you look good, you're pretty, your hair done, you know, you got to do all these different validations. Now, if the attention shifts, let's say you don't do that, so do they. See, so a Pisces can feel replaced in such a way where Leo feels unappreciated. Now, Pisces and Virgo, Virgo shows loyalty through actions, not emotions. They could be critical, which can make a Pisces feel unloved by them. Pisces wants emotional reassurance, and Virgo thinks, I'm here, and then that's enough. See, they think just because they're there, oh, that's just enough to, you know, to far as the whole situation. Okay. Now, Pisces and Libra avoids conflict. See, and that can make a person like Libra seem fake. Now, they like to keep their options open to stay balanced, but Pisces can feel like they're not chosen because the Libra simply won't decide. Now, Libras, while doing so, they will basically think that they're being fair when they're doing so. Now, Pisces and Scorpio here will be considered intense loyalty, but control and secrecy added to it. Now, here, they like to test people instead of trusting them, and the Pisces can feel manipulated by Scorpio. And Scorpio can feel cautious when they're dealing with Pisces. Now, Pisces and Sagittarius, here we have freedom, which is freedom over commitment, and loyal to the truth, not people. With Sag, and Pisces feels abandoned, and Sagittarius feels restricted when it comes to loyalty. Now, Pisces and Capricorn, Capricorns can be loyal to goals and structure. The emotions come second, but Pisces feels emotionally neglected because Capricorn thinks that providing equals them being loyalty, okay? Equals them being loyal, I meant to say. Now, Pisces and Aquarius, here we have a detached loyalty. So, as you guys know, Aquarius is loyal to ideas, not emotional bonds. And Pisces feels coldness with Aquarius, and Aquarius feels overwhelmed by Pisces emotions. Now, when it's a Pisces and Pisces, they can have the deepest connection, but also the illusions are on 10, okay? The illusions are on 10 because both idolize each other. Now, when it really hits the fan, disappointment is heavy between Pisces and Pisces, okay? Because of loyalty, it feels magical until it doesn't, see? So it's like, if you locked in with a Pisces and you're already a Pisces, things could be, the Pisces is constantly mirroring you. So once they mirror you and they feel like, oh, it's not exciting or you're not excited about the whole situation, then they won't be, see? So the real pattern is the fact that Pisces doesn't struggle with loyalty, but Pisces struggles with expecting others to love them the way they do, see? Because Pisces wants their fair share. They want the situation to be considered a merging of a deeper connection. Now, that's the illusion in itself when you think about it, because a Pisces, they feel everything deeply, and they assume other people's will, they assume other people will feel the same. So they will stay emotionally loyal even when others are checked out. See? And that's why I said that's the worst one you want Pisces, because when you're emotionally loyal, you start to realize that the other person is backpedaling. Like they start to reject you as you become more, more interested in them. Most women, they don't like that when you let's say you get how can I say it? It's like you get damn, I forgot what I was gonna say, y'all. Oh, I meant to say that if you keep Damn, man, I'm my bad, y'all. It'll come back to me though, hopefully. But yeah, here's the thing that I want to leave you guys with, okay? Instead of asking people, are they loyal? You want to ask yourself, who's loyal? See, because you got to watch for the 3 key points here: consistency over time, actions under pressure, and how they act when they don't need you. See, and that's the thing. Like when the person don't need you no more, then they start to show whether or not they're loyal. They're gonna be loyal to you. Wherever they see, it's like wherever the ego, the forms of pride show up, that's always going to determine whether or not a person is loyal, of who is loyal to you. Now, in particular with Leo, is that I had a situation happen, you guys, with the Leo, and we were married. Well, we was getting married. Put it like that. We were engaged. Okay. Now, what happened was we were getting ready to get married, and then all of a sudden, the last minute, the person just backed out. Okay. And they told me, oh, after talking, because we got into a bad argument, and they said after talking with their sister, the sister told her to wait. Now, you guys gotta think how I was thinking, because I'm like, yo, what do you mean you want to wait? We've been talking for 6 years. What's the issue? And she said she want to wait. So I said, okay, I'm not waiting. See, this is what I meant by establishing a boundary, because like some people may have thought I was being manipulative, but I wasn't. I was just sure of myself and just wanted to, I thought that's what we were going to do because we talked about it yesterday. Now, the problem is I started to think to myself, well, why are you having other people give you input about what you should do? And that just made me like feel like, damn, maybe this wasn't a situation after all, right? But I just started thinking to myself, like, I started feeling like I was being tested, okay, based off of the unfortunate, situation that I was hearing. But it's like, sometimes when you get with a Leo, you got to be careful, because like you have to, you can't show them so much at one time. Like you can't make them think they got you or have access to everything, right away, so soon, so fast. And the trust thing, it's all, I believe that all has something to do with it, because I was a little bit more excited. I was more like a certain type of way than I currently am. And I realized within the Leo that them saying, oh, them saying they want to wait, I kind of was thinking like, well, then why would you even show up to the little marriage building thingy? So I'm like, why would you even go through all these like hoops if you wasn't, gonna follow through? Now, this is the problem. When a person can't make up their mind, it's usually because it's a mind game, okay? Person, you gotta really, really, really be out of it to not remember, if you were in your right mind, you wouldn't do such a thing. Now, I would say this, okay? Leo signs is, you gotta be careful, because they get triggered easily. If a Leo feels disrespected, ignore it, replace. That can make them change their mind. They could end up, switching up instantly. So this can happen even if they care about you. But their pride is always going to be active, to where they might say things like, oh, I'm gonna wait, but they don't really want to wait. They're really just trying to make you give them a reaction, in other words. So that's why I said don't even fall for it. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, you guys. I appreciate everybody, coming out. And I'll catch y'all on the Team Pisces. That's where I'm gonna be going live next. So that video will be dropping around later on tonight. But those of you that may not know, I'm actually on Team Pisces as well, on my second channel. So right now I got like 106 subscribers. So I would like everybody to come you know, be a part of the other channel as well. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out. Happy birthday, Pisces, as well. Any birthdays that I may have mentioned. I'm gonna be posting the little birthday cards on my Team Pisces channel. So that way you guys can see it there. Thank you.